So is
He and
Imelda?
Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
So Pierre was truly a bad guy. And Nicole's father was actually undercover.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out, or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, George. So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did it snow?
Hardly. He was dead,
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pigram's gem?
The Templar's gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man. Let's
Okay.
take another look at the
Let's
manuscript.
have another look at the manuscript. So we've got the gem.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
We need to get that tripod.
There's a guy working on a loom. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has three hideous faces. A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Look there, two guys on the same horse. What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man. Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Okay. Can we get the tripod from
Look,
the museum
Nico,
now?
a handful of plaster.
Yeah. Why is it that men never really grow up?
What's your problem, sister?
Your pockets stuffed with useless junk like little boys.
You never know when useless junk might come in handy.
Okay, I've got nothing to speak to you about,
Can't
so...
sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lopinot at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rousseau has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
Let's go to the museum. I want to see if I can get that tripod.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
That is exactly how the press work. Full of lies, normally. Right, Museum Clune. Is he still not here?
Oui, monsieur?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says, It was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see.
Okay, we've heard
It
this.
was it taught me. But
Why don't you...
you know, do you think if
At your age?
The gem.
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
that means nothing to me, monsieur?
How did you manage to get this job?
I had the right qualifications, a military manner, squeaky shoes, and an irrational hatred of children.
I'll tell you what would impress you. A pile of plaster.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Thanks for your help.
Okay. Can we hide in here yet and get that tripod?
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Okay, there's not much going on here. So what we'll do is we shall go to the police station, to Rousseau. Who is disappeared.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
Where is... Who's this fella?
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Okay.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Maybe he was a snitch.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
Ah, you've heard of them. No doubt. The gem.
That is not a good idea.
You're probably right.
See you later, Sergeant.
Okay. Need to find out what Montfaucon is all about. Something to do with a hanging man. And I need to find out more about the mysterious Marquette. Marquette's in the hospital. I'll head right over. Okay. To the hospital. Which is here.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance.
Is there anything in the ambulance?
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
It's probably for the best because, you know, stealing from an ambulance is pretty bad. Doctor.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a Marquette.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He's a
He
patient.
doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
Nope. I just need to see him.
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's Why, we have rules.
Listen, let me see Mr. Marquette, please.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Paid in advance? They paid in advance for him to come to hospital.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Is this one of them?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
What about this club?
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
Thank you. Shake my hand.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
Everyone's very wary of shaking hands there.
Thanks for your help.
Right, receptionist.
Excuse me,
Yes, sir?
is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
Okay, Mr. Marquette, please tell me where he is.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm his long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
People always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not.
Okay, but I need to speak to
So,
him.
do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
How am I supposed to prove it? Will this
Look
help?
at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For
Oh.
me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's
That's what?
Nurse Grendel's ward.
Who's Nurse Grendel?
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be on her ward.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J.
Clown? Why would I ask her about a clown in a hospital? Just because this guy used a clown suit doesn't mean he's going to go literally walking around the whole city in the clown suit. It would have been on and off straight away. Do you know this guy?
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Okay, what about these two?
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Yeah, they act like it too. In fact, the big guy is probably dumber than what a lot of the animals you find in a zoo.
How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna, and turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Okay, thank you. Was that
Thanks
right?
for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Was that right, right, left, left, was it?
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Okay, does this go down a different one to that one? Nope, same one. Right, okay. Okay, can you please shut that off?
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Whoa, George. Slow down.
It's a deal.
Do
Marquette.
you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Thugs.
Have you seen any
Have
unsavory
you seen the
characters
thugs?
lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Mr. Shiny? What? You speak to your cleaning machine?
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
This guy's a bit nuts. I think maybe we should back away slowly from the madman.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
The door didn't have a sign or label or any kind of identification.
Okay, we're going to have a quick peek in there then.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
Why not?
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Is that a scouse in the middle of Paris? Okay, so let's... I can go there. I can't... What doorway was I meant to be looking for again? I can't remember. Alright, let's unplug his thing. I want to try and get in this.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Oh, he's going to be so upset. But we can...
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
But we can sneak in that room now to have a quick look what's in there. If it gives me back control. There we go. Got me doctor's outfit. Let's leave him and his machine to it. We've got to find Marquette.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Why? What's up with this guy? What's that? What is that?
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, Doctor.
Okay, right. Marquette.
Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Okay, why has he been put in isolation?
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Okay.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't think we need... has this man been about?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's not... Okay, we're meant to be acting like a doctor, so...
Thank you, nurse.
Let's not
Au
act
revoir,
like a... Let's not act like a investigator. Okay, where are we going?
Doctor!
Yes?
What is it?
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Nice. Nice escape out of that one.
What now?
You didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
Can I just kill him?
Okay, let's try again.
Satisfied now?
You don't have the first idea what
Guess
you're
not.
doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners.
Come on, let's leave. Let's leave. Don't you dare call me back again.
Oh, doctor. You haven't taken my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see Jacques Marquet first.
How come he gets preferential treatment? It's because he's got money, isn't it?
Most likely,
I'll come back when
yes.
you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder.
Can I...
Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
And you keep moaning about it. What do you mean, why? What an idiot. You didn't take it properly.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Ah, shut up. Market. Okay, well, shall I get the nurse to do it?
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
Okay. Let's not go there. Right,
What can you
Market.
tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he?
Yeah.
That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Would you like to shake my hand?
No way. Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, doctor, what's your opinion?
I think you're dying.
It's too
Tell him he's
early
dying.
to say.
Just tell him he's dying.
But I've been here for 3 months.
Nurse
The
Grendel.
woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Okay, thank you very much. This guy, has he come around anywhere?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer. I'll come back later.
What's this guy keep waving his arm for? Nothing, apparently. No! No, no, no.
You
No!
haven't finished taking my
Oh
blood
my god,
pressure.
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see Jacques Marquet first.
How come he gets... It's because...
I'll come back when...
Okay. He's not going to let me past, is he? Is he? He's not waved yet. He's still not waved.
You haven't finished taking my blood.
Oh, God. Please, just let me kill him. Please, just let me
Will
kill
you
him.
keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients. I have...
Oh, it's...
Right, I'm going to speak to Nurse Grendel.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure?
Yes, do you want
Yeah,
it? Go,
do you want it back?
No, thank
go
you.
fix that. Go... Shake my
Would
hand?
you like to shake hands with me?
Well,
No, it's okay. Forget it.
Oh, God. He wimped out. He wimped out. Right, okay.
Thank you, nurse.
au revoir, monsieur.
The nurse was stunningly beautiful. The guys on this ward sure were lucky to be in her care.
Okay, is that still looking at her?
The nurse
Yeah.
was... This guy didn't look sick to me. He didn't have spots or stitches, and he certainly didn't have a fever.
That guy keeps waving, but I can't actually interact with him. It's not going to let me past, is it? What can I do with this guy?
It was a device used for measuring people's blood pressure.
Where's that? Is that back out? Oh, it's back out there.
Hi,
Talk to
my
this
name's
fella.
George Stobart.
Yes, sir? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit.
Okay, Nurse
Do you know
Grendel.
the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
I have the perfect patient for you.
Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
And no, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Yes, can you show me how to do this? Or
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
there's a
Well,
patient in there that
Keep it
needs...
safe until I think of something.
There's a patient in there that needs his blood pressure taken.
See you later.
Right.
Okay, will you let us pass now?
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Oh, shut up.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I
have to see Jacques Marquet first.
And I don't
How
have
come
anything
he
to...
gets preferential
I don't have anything to do your blood
it's
with.
because he's got money, isn't it?
I'll come back when you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder.
I can't... Oh, man. Do you want a red nose?
Hi, it's me again. Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No, I found it in a sewer.
Who's Boissy?
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Have you ever heard of the Club
Club
Alamut?
Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor.
Okay, the gem.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
Okay, then... Do you want this tissue?
Have you any idea what this is?
Don't know why, but I'll ask
No,
him.
Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
And finally... Let's just...
Have you heard of a guy called
Merlin.
No, Doctor.
I'll come back later.
Okay.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
3 months? Where is he?
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
Okay, I'm kind of stuck now.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
It's beautiful, but I've never seen it before.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? Does this guy have anything?
Hello.
Oh, hi! No whistling, right?
Right. How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Okay. Would you like to shake my hand?
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir.
Are you having trouble with Mr. Shiny?
Yes, I am. I don't know what's got into him today. He keeps pulling his plug.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
I can't pull it out again.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity to the polishing machine.
I can go in there, I can go out there. I can't get back in here because he's there.
Hey, I asked you not to go in there.
I know, but I'm curious.
Oh no, I'm responsible for that cupboard and the contents.
Okay.
Okay, what am I going to do? Is that the same? Brings you out to the same place. Okay, should we talk to this doctor again?
Excuse me, sir.
Aha! Just the man. You must be the new boy.
Yes.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy.
Show me how to do blood pressure, please.
This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Yep.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
Yep.
I'll bet.
A real doctor.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Come on, Benoit. I am a real doctor. Follow me.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Follow me. Follow me. Follow me.
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Come.
Keep it safe until I think of something.
Okay, follow me.
Follow me, Benoit.
I'm right behind you, sir.
Come on, come. Come on, Benoit. I was about to say, where is he?
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Benoit, get to it.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see.
Oh, it's been...
I'll come back. Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Come on, take this man's blood pressure.
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Good boy, Benoit. Good boy, Bunny. Oh, hello, monsieur. We are going to be walking past you.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
I would ask about them thugs. Okay, Marquet, do you know anything about Mr. Marquet?
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, doc. Right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
I don't think anthrax is contagious. What about
Have you
these?
seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How is the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Okay, I have no idea what that conversation was meaning, but we'll carry on. So, Mr. Marquet.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
Then he's
I'll
dead.
sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, doc.
Okay, we've got in the room. Oh my god, he's been smashed to bits.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yes.
Yeah, right here in my
We're
pocket.
not here to kill you, mate.
I thought you were one of the assassin.
Assassin.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster. Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
You have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Yeah, I
Would
think
that
I've met
be
them.
Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them as for Klausner. He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
Oh, this man is a real doctor.
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
You keep it.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's
That's
all
no
right.
doctor.
The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter! The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
Break it down, quick. Or shoot it. That's another way of doing it, I guess. Is he dead? Oh, God. He is dead. He did mention Syria, though. What part of the tapestry is in Syria?
Hello, Georges.
This guy. Let's speak to him about it.
I found Jacques Marquet.
About Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah. Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
What is this picture of? Okay, so we've got the gem. We need the tripod, which is in the museum, and I have a theory of how I'm going to get that. What's this?
Have you ever heard of the Hashi-Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again.
And Khan.
Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
So we've got the gem. She knows about it. We'll ask her
Do you
anyway.
want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Okay, the tapestry.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
So we know the gem and the tripod. What is in Syria? I reckon this might be in Syria. This looks like more of a Syrian. That looks more of a British. I don't know. Right, let's have
There's
a
a
look.
guy working on a loom. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. A knight with a crystal ball. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Okay, so I've got no new leads. What am I going to do?
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
I don't think there's anything else to speak to you about, unless you know this club. I think I've asked you before anyway.
Did
so-
I show you this matchbook?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Okay, no worries.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.